Let's take you now back to Centurion, where we understand Police National Commissioner General Fani Masimula is there now at the scene, and also our senior reporter Crisalda Lewis monitoring those developments for us in our breaking news story. Let's listen in.
All right, these are live pictures from the N1, one of the areas where some of the bodies were retrieved. And now with my colleague Mbalenhle Mtetwa, who was live to us from the mortuary, she confirming that one of the families have positively identified their loved ones. The National Police Commissioner now, together with some of those families, coming for closure here today. And we'll get a detailed brief from the National Police Commissioner about exactly what they were able to identify. You would recall that this is the scene where 3 bodies had been recovered here. There was another 4th one that had also been recovered, but that 4th body that was recovered, police had earlier indicated was not linked to this incident. And we also have this afternoon another body that had been taken from the Hennops River as well. So the National Police Commissioner getting a brief at this particular time, and he's expected to speak to the media in just about a moment, just after he is able to get this brief. You can only but imagine what the families have been feeling. It's been a search for a number of days now, in which police have indicated their investigations then brought them here to the Hennops River. We're just going to move now to the area where the bodies had been retrieved from. Some of the bodies, remember, one of the other bodies had been retrieved away or downstream from where we are at this particular stage. And the National Police Commissioner, together with some family, are now going to come to this area where there has also been some damage that was made to the barrier. Remember, earlier on during our broadcast, we did say that there have been this barrier that has also been damaged here. There'd been no indication about whether the vehicle that was found here, which is not the vehicle that the police officers had been traveling in, another vehicle, a Renault vehicle, had been found here. That Renault is also forming part of the investigations, and this is the scene that is being pointed to the National Police Commissioner. And our colleagues who were at the mortuary a little bit earlier on.
And we're just going to give a natural sound just to hear.
That was here. I don't know. Maybe they took it. It matches that vehicle. That is a TSI, sort of creamy type of. And then there were VW sort of loose pieces.
Yes.
And that is also what gave us a suspicion that they would have gone in. And remember, last week, Thursday, NASCO, this river was full. It was very full. So if they were to go in, they would be washed immediately. So that is what gave us that.
Okay, can we just move to NASCO to? Just want to show you.
All right, some of the information being shared with the National Police Commissioner is that parts of that VW, as I indicated, were found here. That's the VW that the missing police officers had been traveling in.
If we can just show, NASCO, if you can just look this side. Oh, so there were marks can see the mark. Just one backwards a little bit. Up to, okay, let's see, come, let's go. So this were the marks. This were the marks. Until the last one that we can see is up to here. So this is where our accident ended, but the river was full. The river was full.
All right, the National Police Commissioner being briefed there about what they also found here at the scene, also indicating that parts of the BMW that these missing police officers had been traveling in was found here, but the VW Polo, in fact, itself has not yet been found. Part of the brief that the National Police Commissioner is receiving relates to some of that evidence that had been found here. He continues to get a brief on what is known at this particular stage, and I'm sure a bit later on would be able to have a word with the National Police Commissioner once that brief has been received. But indeed tragic. We're hearing, of course, from my colleague who was at the mortuary, Mbalenhle Mthethwa, that there's been a positive identification that has been made at the mortuary. And this is certainly not the kind of news that these families would have wanted to hear. Investigations, of course, will also continue now into exactly what happened. And instead, the brief that we'll receive from the National Police Commissioner will give us greater details about what exactly. Recall a bit earlier on, there had been... All right, we'll go live in just a second with the National Police Commissioner, Fani Masemola.
Good. Can we start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon to all media and the people of South Africa. I do acknowledge that the families were at the mortuary with the other senior officers. I would like to say it has been a difficult 6 days for members of South African Police Service and the affected families. As you are aware, we searched everywhere for our 3 missing police officers, Constable Kiamorezo Base, Constable Wipelo Senoge, and Constable Kebekulo Linda. The high-level team that I appointed, which consisted of members from Free State, Gauteng and Limpopo, has been tasked in investigating the disappearance of our members, and they spent sleepless nights combing the length and breadth of Gauteng, Free State and Limpopo. Following all possible leads and after studying all evidence that we have gathered, our investigation led us to between the Grasme Toll Plaza and on the N1 past between the interchange to John Foster Drive here in Centurion. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, I don't bear the good news this evening. We have hoped to find our 3 police officers safe and unharmed. Unfortunately, this is not the case. It is with deep sorrow that I confirm that our 3 members have been found together with 2 other bodies, one being of an administration clerk or a gardener from Littleton Police Station. On Monday, our investigation and the search led us to Hennops River, where we are standing now, with the assistance of our drones, the cybercrime unit, the DPCI, the crime intelligence, counterintelligence, the Gauteng traffic air wing, the Bidvest Protea Coin security, we found pieces of vehicle parts believed to be of a Volkswagen Polo along the N1, just where we were now, next to the bridge. And we started searching the river, and still yesterday, and we found a Renault cargo panel van. Our subs and Swane divers immediately commenced with the search. There we discovered 2 bodies. One was that of a driver of the Renault panel van, who it just came to light that it is one of our employees attached to Littleton Police Station. This employee, according to the wife, visited friends around the area on Saturday afternoon, and he did not come back. The wife do confirm, however, that by Sunday morning around 2 o'clock, she checked the track of the vehicle and she saw the vehicle is 1 kilometer away from the house. They stay around Hennops Park. And she never doubted anything. Unfortunately, she did not report him missing until yesterday, where after a passerby alerted police that there is a vehicle in the river, and our search and rescues then went to search and found the body. That's when she was informed that she acknowledged that it was her husband. So to go back to our 3 policemen, as I said yesterday, we found 2 bodies, and then because it was dark, we had to abandon the search and proceed today. And this morning we found the 3rd body, which was discovered, which believed to be that of Constable Linda. We further found a decomposed body, which we are still trying to identify. We don't know who this person is. And later this afternoon, we certainly found the 5th body, which was confirmed to be that of Constable Base. The families, I briefed them earlier, but when I briefed them, by that time we have yet found Constable Base, but they have since went to the mortuary where they all identified their loved ones. The search is still continuing, as we have not yet found the vehicle. Our investigation is continuing. We do not want to speculate at this stage. We have partially some closure in that we found the 3 members or 4 members, and we are still continuing the search with a view to find the vehicle, and the investigation will reveal as to what has happened. We do not want to jump into conclusions, but at this stage we can say, yes, we have seen where the vehicle went into, the embankment went into the river, and we would like to thank the task team for the work that they've been doing, and also for the families for the tolerance they had from day one up to this very, very moment. It is a sad day indeed for us as a SABC family, and of course all the family members of our 3 members. As I said, we will continue with our investigation, and then we will until we find the vehicle and also do investigation on the vehicle. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much, colleagues. That was the National Commissioner of the SAPS, General Fani Masemola, who was just giving us a brief update on what we have found this afternoon. We will be opening the floor up for questions. Just indicate by show of hands. First, 1, 2, 3.
General, my name is Malungelo from the District. I just wanted to again remind us how you ended up here in Hennops, right? But also, are you treating this possibly as an accident?
Well, for now, we don't know what has happened. How we ended up here, we were going with checking all the cameras all the way. The last camera where we saw the vehicle is a camera that is at the Braakfontein interchange, which showed the vehicle moving this way. And the cameras from here onwards, we do not find the vehicle. So we last saw it on the camera at the Braakfontein interchange, driving north on the N1. So it might, for now, it might look as an accident. We don't know until we find the car. We will be then making conclusions as to what has happened.
National Police Commissioner Criselda Lewis from SABC Television News. Please, just some clarification. Indeed, all three of the police officers, the missing police officers, have been identified. Sadly, so. Just relating to the other two bodies that were found, please could you kindly just give us some clarification on that? You said one was from Littleton. Is there any link that you're investigating at this particular point? I think South Africans would struggle to try to establish the other two bodies, if there was any link to what has taken place here.
No, at this stage it doesn't look like there's any link amongst the three. The other body decomposed, I understand, was found, yes, also in the river up the stream towards the golf course. And the other body of our groundsman was found far down the river. We don't think that vehicle went here, went into the river here. It might have went in another point, not where we are, because the place where he went to visit his friends is more towards the other side, towards Waterkloof Air Force Base, and the member also stays in that, surrounding that side. So we don't, for now, we don't see any link amongst all this.
National Police Commissioner, were these police officers maybe investigating a particular incident? Are you looking at that at the moment? Of course, you would not be ruling out anything until you find what may be or what could have happened here. Were these officers investigating anything that may be of concern that could have possibly led to them being targeted? You're not ruling out the possibility of them being targeted?
No. We don't want to say at this stage they've been targeted whatsoever. They were, according to what we see, they were driving on the road, and this might have been an accident. We don't know. As I said, until we see the vehicle, we investigate the vehicles. Only then we will be able to determine. But in terms of work, they've been doing their work, the other side at Limpopo, and we don't, at this stage, we can't say until we finalize our investigation. But we can't at this stage say they're investigating something, it might be related to this. No, for now, we see this as the vehicle was driving, might be an accident, but let's wait until we find the car and investigate the car. Then we'll conclusively be able to say what is at stake.
General Agwem Tila from ENCA, you met the family a bit earlier on. How are they doing? What are they saying to you?
Who?
The family, how are they doing?
Well, it is quite difficult for the family, I must say. It's quite difficult for them. It's quite difficult for anybody to accept. It definitely is quite difficult. And one of the family members asked that it was said that phones died at Betlu interchange. Then how do they get here? But the investigation team have further briefed me to say when they said Betlu interchange, what they mean is that one of the employees was trying to access his bank app at Betlu interchange. That's where they have a hit on that. And since then, they combed the cameras, they combed everything. They realized that the last signal was right here where we are, and hence they were found at this place, this river.
Awelo Maoleo from UFM. Commissioner, the car where you say it was last seen in the cameras, is it the case of not there being enough cameras on the road or somewhere not working, or what is the explanation for it being seen only at that location and not all the way?
No, what I'm saying is other cameras at the back, they do account for the car. But the last camera that saw the car is the one at the Brakfontein interchange. And then the cameras from here northwards, they can't find the car. So the camera at Brakfontein interchange and of course the bridge does show the car passing. That's the last camera. Thank you.
Any other question, colleagues? I think we are done. Thank you so much, General. Sorry?
I just want clarity there.
One more.
What case is being investigated here by the police then? When everything looks so murky, what are you investigating?
Well, for now, we are investigating a culpable homicide. But remember, if evidence comes to light that a crime, specific crime has been committed, then we will, of course, register that new crime that we detect.
Thank you so much.
Right, thank you very much indeed. The National Police Commissioner, General Fani Masemola, who's just briefing the media at this particular stage, confirming indeed what my colleagues had also confirmed while they were at the mortuary, the positive identification of 3 of the bodies that were found here in the Hennops River. That is on the N1. Those are positively identified as the 3 missing police officers. General Fani Masemola, the National Police Commissioner, indicating that they're investigating a case of culpable homicide at this particular stage. But if there is any reason to believe that they need to investigate anything else, they will certainly do so. There also, you must recall that in addition to the 3 bodies of the police officers that were found, there were 2 other bodies that were also found, but the National Police Commissioner indicating that there is no link at this particular stage between the other 2 bodies that had been found and the positive identification of the 3 bodies of the police officers. The families were in Pretoria a little bit earlier on today. That's where the positive identification was made. My colleague Mbalele Mtetwa was also present there. That was confirmed by some of the family members. And certainly the National Police Commissioner indicating that it's been a very tough 6 days as this investigation had been underway, looking into the disappearance of these police officers. And at this stage, breaking news, of course, what we heard from our colleagues a bit earlier on from the mortuary, where the families had gone to identify the remains of their loved ones, positively so. The National Police Commissioner indicated that it's unfortunate that he bears bad news this evening. Bad news that the 3 police officers who had gone missing have been confirmed. Their bodies have been confirmed. They are indeed the bodies that were retrieved here from the Hennops River.